welcome back to Monster Motorsports Diecast Racing, home to the Pacific Rim Speedway, and I am your host, Roberto. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. If you're watching on Facebook Live, tag your friends, share the show. Let's get them in here and have a great running of the rim this evening. If you are watching the rewind on YouTube, thank you so much. Please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe and leave a comment below and tell us what you think. We're always trying to improve the quality of our production for all of our followers. Just like Barry Porter, JD Elst, Mark Egerton, Donovan Kingnan, Dave from We Race Diecast, man, Jim Hootman, all you guys are in there. We love everybody. Thank you so much. And coming up, starting tomorrow, is the DIRS. Starting off tomorrow with the first track, Transport Diecast Racing. They are kicking off round one, moving across the United States, and with the finals going on in Chaos Canyon in New Zealand. Man, so we got Transport Diecast Racing, then it comes here to Monster Motorsports, then to RTR, then to Jackson Pass Speedway, then to We Race Diecast, then down to Live Young Diecast, back up to Flat Rabbit Racing, and then across the pond to Chaos Canyon. We are super excited about that. And also, we have been doing, some cleanup still from the last attack here at the Pacific Rim Speedway. And if you see right there, the hospital in the right corner, that has been named the Jason Wellness Hospital, Jason Family Wellness Hospital, after a little young man, Jason from Toon Tracks Racing, who has been battling and winning for health issues. So Jason, thank you very much. You are an inspiration to us all. So that's why we have named our hospital the Jason Family Wellness Hospital. As you can see there, we have been getting a lot of renovations done because, it's daytime, the monsters haven't been around. We're taking advantage of doing that. So cleanup procedures and processes are going very well. So thank you all for your support, and we really appreciate everything going on. So who's ready to see part 4 of the running of the rim? Man, we got a great group for everyone. Check it out. Here's where we left off last week with our standings. So Ragtag is holding on to the number 1 spot, followed by Marquista, and right now on the bubble in the number 8 slot is Mark Taylor from Riley's Racing DRC in the UK. And if this is the first time you are joining us, the way it works is we've had 30 cars, 30 drivers run uphill for the fastest time. And then corporate made the decision that the top 8 times will move on to the semifinals and race downhill to see who is going to be champion of the rim. And that champion will move on to the King of Monsters end of year tournament at the end of 2021. So who's first up? Let's see who it is. And there we go. Gray Wizard from Team We Race Diecast, running in that Hot Wheels ID Fiat 500, and it's revving up, ready to go. And the Gray Wizard takes off. Whoa! Heads around Kaiju's lair, around the helipad, gets a little squirrely, chooses the inside lane up past the tower and on to the finish. And that time may be able to put him in the top 8. Looks like he plays a little pinball action going up that first straight, gets a little squirrely, bounces off the right side, but is able to square it up Goes a little high on the exit out of Kaiju's lair, but it looks like the Gray Wizard is under control. Heading around the helipad, gets a little loose under the Jackson Pass Speedway billboard. Right there is where you see him get a little loose. Heading up and over Kickapoo Pass, very shallow on that turn, chooses the inside lane. So let us see where the Gray Wizard is going to end up in with that time. Bam! Position 7. Gray Wizard gets a time of 10.82, or is that 92? Sorry, 10.927 seconds, and has bumped Mark Taylor out of the top 8. And so, moving on to our second driver of the evening, that puts Crazy Canuck from White Knuckle Motoring Speed Shop in Canada. He is on the bubble. So let's see who we have up next. Oh, Oliver James from Transport Diecast Racing, who is no stranger to the Pacific Rim Speedway, driving the number 4 Toyota MR2. Let's see what his experience does for him today, and he is off. Wow, he is like a rocket. Heading around Kickapoo Pass, finds the inside lane, around the tower, and off to the finish. Man, I think his time may be on there. Clean start through gate 1, around Kaiju's lair, is pushing it too. See how high he was going through Kaiju's lair, which is great. Look at that. High exit, straightens it out and just floors it up the middle straightaway. Heads around the helipad, nice looking line. With that high bank, you could tell he's just pushing the throttle. Clean through Kickapoo Pass, up around the sewer vent, and up past the tower. Let's see where Oliver James ends up, shall we? With his time, there he is in the number 4 spot with a 10.664 seconds. Oliver James has taken over in number 4, which does bump Crazy Canuck out of the top 8. And now Gray Wizard is on the bubble in the number 8 position. And as you can see with that last time, all the times in the top 8 are now under 11 seconds. And Gray Wizard sitting at the very top with 10.92 seconds right there on the bubble. Let's see who's next up for race 3 tonight. Oh, here we go. We got Sneaky Bob from Vapor Racing here in the USA, driving that 71 Car Meet Datsun 510 Bluebird. I just love that topography paint job on that car. And whoa, Sneaky Bob gets super squirrely, is able to recover, and man, he's having a clean run after that first whoopsie around the Kaiju's lair and off to the finish. Man, let's check out what happened to him right here at the start. Gooses it just a little bit too much going into Kaiju's lair, and front end gets a little loose too. That's going to cost him some valuable seconds. Man, you cannot make any mistakes if you want to be in the top 8 today. Heading up around the helipad, very high line, which means he's pushing the speed very well. Look at that, just man. And heading up to Kickapoo Pass, takes the outside, and look at that drift through Kickapoo Pass. Learning from Triple B, he just floored it through Kickapoo Pass, carrying up that momentum, but I just don't know if it was enough to make the top 8. Let's see where Sneaky Bob is going to end up. Oh, missed it by that much. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sneaky Bob, with a 11.226 seconds, is just below the bubble, and with 3 drivers down and 3 to go. No change yet in the top 8. And I'm getting waved by Holly in Control Room B that we have some late breaking news. So we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. Tag your friends. Share the show. We'll be right back for this quick news announcement. Hey, welcome back everyone to the Monster Motorsports Diecast Racing News Network. And I'm your correspondent, Rubberto. And we have breaking news that a Cat 3 Kaiju has smashed the beaches on the Miami coast, and thousands are left homeless. Wow, look at that destruction. Let's see if we can blow that up for everyone. Holly, can you make that a little bigger for our viewers to see? Wow, that is just, I don't know what to say. That destruction it makes me speechless. All those people homeless from a category 3 kaiju attack in southern Florida along the Miami coast. Wow. Well, we do definitely hope that the government and the Pan-Pacific Defense Force can do something about all these kaiju attacks. I know we are recovering from about a month ago when we were hit. We never know where they are going to hit next. It is just unfortunate that this is going on. So, back to your regular scheduled programming. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Monster Motorsports Diecast Racing Network, and you are watching the International Running of the Rim Part 4. And here are our current standings as we enter Race 4. Who is it gonna be? Here we go. Baines Keene from Live Young Diecast in the United States, driving that number 50 Porsche 356 Outlaw, going vintage here. And Baines takes off. Wow, people are just getting squirrely going through gate 1, and he's able to recover, head up through the rest of the course, but he looks like he slowed down a lot. What is going on? Something must be wrong with Baines' car. He gives it a real big goose, too much going through gate 1. As he goes sideways, he's able to recover a little bit in and around the Kaiju's lair, but not sure if something popped, something broke in his steering linkage. As you can see, he's fighting his way, and he's still wiggling back and forth really low around the helipad. I'm really thinking something happened to that car in that first run, really low through Kickapoo Pass, and then he just loses all gas right there before he heads around the sewer vent. So not really sure. Man, he's going really slow. Come on, Baines! And just passes under Red Line Derby sign and the Monster Motorsports sign. Wow. Let us see where Baines ended up. And the 21st spot, second from the bottom with 13.398 seconds. Oh, sorry about that. We need to, move on. So, so here are the current standings. Still no moves in the top 8. We still have 2 drivers remaining. Who shall it be up next? Oh, looky there, Jim D from Indiana Diecast Racing, which he is driving the number 17 Triumph TR6, which our top 8, there is another TR6. So let's see how Jim D does in his TR6. And he is flying around the helipad, up around Kickapoo Pass. Nice little drift past the tower and race to the finish. Wow, that actually looked like a clean run. Enters gate 1, very clean, around Kaiju's lair. Doesn't seem to be pushing the speed a whole lot, but then he really gets on it. Coming around the helipad, nice high line, pushes it, doesn't touch the sidewall. Let's see that again. There you go. That's what it looks like when you are pushing it here at the Pacific Rim Speedway. You are driving a high line through those corners. Nice drift around Kickapoo Pass. Hits that inside lane, up around the sewer vent, and he is off to the races. So let's see where Jim D and that TR6 end up and see if he is anywhere near the other TR6. Oh, not quite yet. In the number 10 spot with an 11.336. Again, you got to be under an 11 seconds to make that top 8. And now we have one more. Will that driver make the top 8? Or will this be the top 8 going into the 5th and final week of qualifiers? Let's see who it is. Wow, it is Doc. Wait, Doc from Team Diecast Racing. I got to pause it here for a second. He's driving the number 5 Datsun 620 pickup. And I could have sworn we had another 620 pickup, and they didn't do very well. Let's see. That's right. John Miller, driving the JDM Datsun 620, got a 12.538 seconds. I don't know. These small trucks have had a hard time running this race. So, Doc, I am rooting for you. You are experienced driver, experienced builder. I hope that you can represent Team We Race Diecast right here, right now. Listen to him rev it up. Sounds real beefy. Let's see what he does here. And Doc is off, and wow, he is flying. No slip-ups, no getting loose. Wow, that was a fast run. Let's check that out again. Goes up to take the high line, entering gate 1 to get prepared to push it through Kaiju's lair. Man, here he is. Gets a little loose on that front end, but is able to recover. Not sure if that's going to affect his time. Heading around the helipad, look at him pushing it, enters high, exits low. He is controlling that truck like a beast. Up and around Kickapoo Pass, hits the hypotenuse on that apex, chooses the inside line, and let's see where Doc finishes up. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new number 1 time. Doc, representing Team We Race Diecast, gets a 10.102 second time. That is only 400th of a second faster than Ragtag from Silverback Racing. Wow. So, going in to the 5th and final week where we have 6 more drivers, Doc and Ragtag, as you can see there in the graphic, their times have an asterisk because they have clinched a spot in the top 8 because there's only 6 more drivers. So if all 6 of these drivers beat everybody else on this list, Doc and Ragtag are still in it to try and win it. Wow. This was some exciting racing tonight. And let's check this out to see who our current top 8 drivers are and who the next 6 coming up. There you go. There are our top 8 drivers. And count them, we have 3 Ford Escort rallies in the top 8. And these are the next 6 up next week. Will any of these 6 be able to take a spot in the top 8 going into the semi-finals. Man, tonight was some exciting racing, and if you are looking for more exciting racing, head on over to redlinederby.com. If you're looking to host a race, enter a race, looking on tips on building a car or building a track, check them out. They are a wealth of knowledge. And if you want to stay up to date on the latest track happenings and events, and you can check out the DSPN report. They do bi-weekly video announcements of all the new tracks, all the tournaments, everything like that. Same with the Diecast Racing Report. It is a digital magazine, and the folks at DRR do very well about writing stories, and they're well written, great coverage in digital format as well. And let's not forget, hey, you need stuff. You need cars. You need track parts. These are the two to check out. ColoradoDiecast.com and on Facebook to find all your diecast car, chases, treasure hunts, super treasure hunts, even cases. They just got in 30 C cases and D cases earlier in the week. And also, if you're building a track and want connectors from Crash Racers to connect to Hot Wheels Flat, or from Crash Racers to Sizzlers, or you need a start gate, or banked 45-degree turns, laned or unlaned, Slandman Customs at slandmancustoms.com or on Facebook is the place to be. Well, thank you very much, race fans. It has been a pleasure taking you through the race tonight. I am Rubber Toe from Mountain Motorsports Diecast Racing Network, home of the Pacific Rim Speedway, and we'll see you next week for part 5, the final round, to see who makes the final 8 going into the semifinals for the International Running of the Rim. Have a safe and beautiful evening, and remember, keep your wheels on the road.